here's what you can expect for the Reno real estate market in 2023. Hey everyone, my name is David Tully, and in this video, I'm going to be going over what is currently happening in the Reno real estate market and what I think is going to happen in the second, third, and fourth quarter of this year. And if you enjoy this type of content, please make sure to like and subscribe. And if you're thinking about moving or relocating to the Reno area and you need some help, just reach out. Is now a good time to buy a home in the Reno real estate market? This is a great question, and it really just comes down to, are you happy with your current job situation, and have you been there for quite some time? Can you also comfortably afford the current mortgage payments with the higher interest rates? If you answered yes to both of these questions, I would highly recommend looking into purchasing a home because there are many advantages of owning a home versus renting. First, there's appreciation, your principal pay down, and even if you're spending the same $2,500 to $3,000 on a mortgage versus a rent, you're building equity in the home and you're building long-term wealth. With paying rent, you're not building up anything because if you were to bail on that lease or get into a new lease, you're just gonna have to start paying rent again and put down another security deposit. Also, if you're an investor or somebody retiring in the Reno area and you have cash to purchase the home, this is another great market to buy in because although demand has increased in the last 4 weeks, we still have low inventory and sellers are still willing to negotiate. So like I said, if you have cash, you can negotiate a great closing cost credit or even a much better price on the home. This is also not the only way to get great incentives. There are a lot of great builders in the area like D.R. Horton, Lennar, and Toll Brothers that are offering really great incentives. Toll Brothers is offering around $15,000 to $20,000 for design center credits, and D.R. Horton is currently offering around $10,000 for closing cost credits or interest rate buy downs, which is huge. Lennar is also offering $4,000 in closing costs if you use their in-house lender, and you can also negotiate a better price with Lennar. Here's why 2023 might be a great time for you to sell your home. Maybe you had your home listed in the second, third, or fourth quarter of 2022, and you had a lot of trouble because of lower buyer demand and higher interest rates. This is totally understandable. Or maybe even you took your home off the market in 2022 and you told yourself that you're going to put your home back on the market when the market is better. In the second week of January, we saw mortgage applications increase by 28%. This means buyer demand and buyer confidence is coming back with the market. We've also seen in the last 4 to 5 weeks, buyer activity and buyer demand in the Reno area jump significantly. I had a home on the market that was listed for about 4 months, and in the later parts of December and the early parts of January, we were very stagnant and we did not have a lot of showings. And in the last 3 to 4 weeks, we had about 20 plus showings, and now that home is in contract. I was also able to help my buyer get a really good deal on a home and negotiate a really good price and closing cost credit. And this home was on the market for over 100 days. So as you can see, buyer demand and activity is definitely coming back in the Reno area. And I've also talked to a lot of real estate agents and friends in the Reno area. They are also seeing increased activity, and some homes did receive multiple offers. So if you're thinking about selling your home in 2023, I think the next 30 to 90 days might be a great time, and we might be seeing a very active spring Reno real estate market. But I do think that one of the best times to sell a home in 2023 might actually be in the third or fourth quarter, because a lot of economists believe we're going to hit the low to mid 5% interest rate range by the end of the year. And if we have a lower interest rates, that means increased buyer demand, and that means a better price for your home. Inventory is a major concern in the Reno market. We currently have about 3 months of inventory. And what this means, if we were to continue to sell homes for the next 3 months and no more homes were listed, we would have no more homes to sell after 3 months. This is a big deal. And in the peak of the market in February or January of 2022, we had about 2 weeks of inventory. And if you're wondering what a normal healthy market is, they say you have about 5 to 6 months of inventory in a normal healthy market. New build starts are also down, and a ton of millennial home buyers are entering the market every single year. So we're not building enough homes, and another big reason why we have and continue to have low inventory is because we have a ton of home sellers and homeowners with interest rates in the 2 to 3% range. They don't want to sell their home and get into a more expensive payment and a more expensive home and rates in the 5 to 6%. So this is also another major concern. But if rates do pull back into the low 5%, we're going to have increased buyer demand and even more low inventory. We're going to have more supply and demand issues, and prices are going to go up. If you're sitting on the sidelines because of interest rates and wondering if you should buy a home, think again. In this market, you're able to negotiate a great deal from the seller. You're able to get sellers to cover your closing costs, or maybe an interest rate or a 2-1 buy down. What this is a program that allows you to buy your rate down so your monthly payment is more manageable for 2 years. The first year is going to be 2% less, and the second year is going to be 1% less. And from years 30 on through the life of the loan, it's going to be at your market rate. But this makes your payment much more manageable, and there are several lenders in the Reno area that allow you to refinance in the future with no additional loan costs. This is huge. And if you think about it, if rates pull back to the low to mid fives, where we've already seen an increased buyer demand or buyer activity in the Reno area, we're going to see even more buyer demand and competition in the market, which means a tougher time for you and a tougher time to get in the home. And what Gary Keller recently said this week, who's the founder of Keller Williams, which is a massive real estate brokerage, he said he does not believe we're going to see rates in the 3 to 4% range ever again. And I would agree with him. He thinks that 5% interest rates might become the new norm. If you're thinking about buying or investing in real estate in Reno or in Northern Nevada, you probably want to know about the economy and the growth of the area, which is actually massive for Reno and Northern Nevada. Tesla recently announced they're going to spend $3.6 billion on expanding their Gigafactory in the Fernley area on USA Parkway. This is massive. They're going to bring over 3,000 more workers to the new Gigafactory or the expansion. And what this means is we're going to have to build out the infrastructure even more. Roads, freeways, schools, and of course housing. This is massive. Microsoft also recently spent $16 to $17 million on 270 acres in Silver Springs. Silver Springs is about 1 hour away from Reno. So as you can see, Reno is expanding as a whole, and so is Northern Nevada. And even if some real estate markets struggle over the next year or two, I think the Reno real estate market and the Northern Nevada real estate market is very bright for the next 5 to 10 years. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video on the Reno real estate market and what's happening in 2023. If you enjoyed this type of content, please make sure to like and subscribe. And if you're thinking about moving or relocating to the Reno area and you need some help, just reach out.